listen. Whatever I'm doing today has nothing to do with Nnamdi Kanu. He did not give me the order. And I've made it very clear. We exonerate him from everything we are doing today. That particular thing has been made very clear to the public, including to the Nigerian media. I am fighting on my own, leading the Biafra government in exile.
All right, my people, please, there is a very serious case. There is a very serious case I want us to talk about now. I know this thing will certainly come out because yesterday when this news came out, I know that something was about to happen. And here it is now, it's about to happen. So please, pay attention to this video. I know it is going to happen. Now, if you remember, if you followed me throughout yesterday being the 2nd day of May, 2025, I published the question and answer that went on between Nnamdi Kanu's legal team and the witness that Nigeria brought. I call him Masquerade because for me, whoever I can see doesn't exist. So I call him Masquerade, yes. So I posted the question and answer that went on. But there's a place the witness mentioned Simon Ekpa, says Simon Ekpa is working with Nnamdi Kanu. All right. So please, let me once again read out that question and answer for you so that we can start from there because it's beginning to cause wahala. Wait. Now look at the question. Agabi is Nnamdi Kanu's defendant, asked the witness, from your knowledge, the agitation does not have any other person apart from the defendant. The witness said, certainly not correct. Then Agabi asked again, so who are the rest? The witness said, from the news on social media, I know Simon Ekpa. So Agabi asks, so because of what you read from social media, you want my defendant to be sentenced to death? Now, the witness said, I have said what I know. Simon Ekpa is working with him. Now, Agabi asks, is Simon Ekpa standing trial with my defendant? The witness said, I know he was arrested too. Then Agabi asks him again, but is he standing trial with my defendant? Witness said, I don't know. Now, let's pause here. Now, there is a news I'm hearing now that they want to use the case of Simon Ekpa to, switch into that of Nnamdi Kanu so that they will use it to nail him. You get it? Because Simon Ekpa has been accused of terrorism and, of course, for carrying out some, terrorist activities in the Southeast. Of course. Now, let's know the difference. Let me state the difference before we go forward. In the case of Nnamdi Kanu, when there are some, issues going on in the Southeast, Nnamdi Kanu never came out to say, okay, we did this. Even in the case of unknown government, that time they were killing some, policemen and some people, Nnamdi Kanu said they are unknown government. Of course, nobody knows who they were. Nobody knows. And unknown government were their name. But in the case of Simon Ekpa, I could remember vividly when there was something that Hope Uzodinma built in Imo State. Probably a place you would put some Fulani or whatever, and it was burnt down. Simon Ekpa came out and said that it is him and his men that burnt it down. So Simon Ekpa claimed responsibility of that. So they used that actually to hold him as an evidence that he's committing atrocities in the Southeast. You getting the point? But in the case of Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu never claimed burning down anything or destroying anything. In fact, even from the point they arrested him, they didn't find anything, probably gun or knife or anything with him. So what they are trying to do now in this case of Nnamdi Kanu is to link him up with the case of Simon Ekpa. That was why the defendant was asking. Now, if this defendant chose to say, they asked him, is there any other person that is agitating for Biafra in Nigeria? He said Simon Ekpa. One, Simon Ekpa is not in Nigeria. Simon Ekpa was not arrested in Nigeria. Simon Ekpa so far is not facing trial in Nigeria. So why calling Simon Ekpa in the case of Nnamdi Kanu? Simon Ekpa also has come out openly and said that he doesn't take order from Nnamdi Kanu because Nnamdi Kanu is in detention, is in the hands of the enemies. Simon Ekpa said it. And also, IPOB has come out and said, we don't know Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa is not working with us. And Simon Ekpa has also come out and said, I'm not taking orders from Nnamdi Kanu. So So the link is actually quite different. You see it? Yes, some people are saying, Nnamdi Kanu, why did you not come out that time and say, I don't know Simon Ekpa, he's not working with, why did you? But IPOB has denounced Simon Ekpa. And Simon Ekpa say he does not take order from Nnamdi Kanu. So why trying to link up this whole thing now? You see, when I saw this yesterday, I thought about it twice, but I said, these people, I don't know what they're up to, but we are seeing it now. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Anyway, there was an analysis that was made about this video. About this, and I just said in the video you're about to watch. So please take a little time, watch it. I will keep you updated on anything that happens. I'll go around now and I'll go throughout some site and get if there's any kepu about this link up, because what they're looking for now is a way to link up. Link up. I'll bring it down to you. That is why I beg you to do well to subscribe to this channel, because on this channel I bring you information of everything that is happening. All right, my work is to bring information to you. I do not support violence. I do not support violence in any way. I don't. So please, this channel promote peace. All right, so please, let's do well to be peaceful and let us be law-abiding citizens. All right, so please watch this video, then you drop your comment on the comment section what you think about it.
It has been made very clear to the public, including to the Nigerian media. I am fighting on my own, leading the Biafra government in exile.
On this very Saturday morning, a Department of State Services DSS official testifying in the ongoing trial of IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu revealed that Simon Ekpa will soon be extradited from Finland to face charges for supporting Kanu and inciting violence. The witness, identified as AAA, admitted during cross-examination that no weapons were found with Kanu at the time of his 2015 arrest and that his statement was taken without legal representation. He also confirmed that a woman found with Kanu was cleared of any suspicion. Further hearing is scheduled for May 6, 2025. Of course, we have our analysts in the studio and virtually to make sense of these stories. To analyze them is Mr. Peter Anosike, Voice of People TV analyst. Also, we have virtually Mr. Dele Fanimo, season reporter, and also a VOP TV in-house analyst. But I'm going to start off with Mr. Peter Anosike this morning. Well, while reading this story, I also read that the AAA was asked a question, a question of the 10 years, material you got from this person. Do you think it's still going to be of any need or use for, for the judgment? And he said, no. So getting that information from him, do you think that we still should be talking about whether this story should still be in the news or not? Don't you think that this should be, an old story already?
Well, it's not an old story because Nnamdi Kanu is a prisoner of conscience. So it is the haters of the Igbos that are escalating this case. Nnamdi Kanu is very, very innocent of what he's being accused. And for Simon Ekpa, that he's been extradited for supporting Nnamdi Kanu is very wrong, because I myself am supporting Nnamdi Kanu. Understand me? So he's been extradited for committing acts of terrorism and not for supporting Nnamdi Kanu.
Well, you know very well that sometimes, or it feels like this is, there's a divided kingdom here. A lot of persons, would say that Simon Ekpa is being used by some persons, to be able to know if Nnamdi Kanu will be held in custody maybe for more years. And you are coming here to say that you're standing with Nnamdi Kanu and also with Simon Ekpa. How do we differentiate these things?
Simon Ekpa is a terrorist. I'm not supporting Simon Ekpa. I'm supporting Nnamdi Kanu. So
don't you think that this is more like a divided thing?
So Simon Ekpa is not being extradited to Nigeria for supporting Nnamdi Kanu.
Okay.
He was arrested for inciting violence, committing acts of terrorism, which is very different from what Nnamdi Kanu is doing.
So tell us the difference between what he's doing and what Nnamdi Kanu is doing.
Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for self-determination.
Okay.
Reason being that Nigeria is not working. Understand me? Simon Ekpa see see self-determination as a business. Understand me? So these are two different philosophies, two different visions. Understand me?
Has there been any situation where Nnamdi Kanu has denounced the activities of Simon Ekpa? For instance, has there been any instance where he has said that whatever
it is in
Simon Ekpa is doing,
not the support of the sit at home that is happening in the southeast?
What about Simon Ekpa as a person? Has he come out to say that
to denounce
Simon Ekpa is not part of IPOB? Even IPOB, what has IPOB done to say that Simon Ekpa is not part of
IPOB has disowned Simon Ekpa on several occasions.
Okay.
Kanu has also said that he is not behind violence in the southeast.
But he has not come out to say that he is not a party to what Simon Ekpa is doing.
I say, sir, Ekpa Powerful has disowned.
Ekpa Powerful is not Nnamdi Kanu. Well, let us
The thing is that
Nnamdi Kanu is in detention.
yeah,
but then we also see videos of him.
But we see videos of him coming out in
To say
court
one or
to
two
vent his
things.
anger, and of course the media has interviewed him on several occasions. Why has Nnamdi Kanu not come out to say that whatever Simon Ekpa is doing, I am not in support of it. Nobody should listen to him. The
Are you now
movement
speaking on behalf of the Nigerian state, on behalf of?
I am not. I don't need to speak on the Nigerian state
stating the
because
obvious.
one, now that Nnamdi Kanu has been arrested, he's been in detention for years now, since 2021, if I'm correct, and now the DSS is coming to court. Now this trial is beginning to make sense. Now they want to say they are going to extradite Simon Ekpa due to his links to Nnamdi Kanu. That means that whatever Simon Ekpa is doing, they are going to say that he is getting the blessing of Nnamdi Kanu. What stops Nnamdi Kanu?
And I hope that they'll have evidences to prove that.
It's not left for Nnamdi Kanu to tell the whole world. To tell the whole world that whatever the plan the DSS is trying
Who
to do.
alleged must prove. It's not the business of Nnamdi Kanu.
All right.
And who is accused must be able to defend himself. That is what we are asking. Why is Nnamdi Kanu shying away from telling the whole world that I am not in support? We are not together. Simon Ekpa is not my person. He's not part of the movement.
The spokesman of IPOB, Ekpa Powerful, has said that over and over.
All right, let us get Mr. Dele Fanimo's thought on this. We have been asking a lot of questions. I know you have been following the conversation. Do you share the thoughts of Mr. Peter Anosike?
You see, for me, I've always said it from day one that you can't lump Simon and Nnamdi together in all of this. I want to say, and I'm still saying it for the umpteenth time, that Simon Ekpa is clearly a criminal exploiting the ignorance and lack of information and depth of youth in the southeast to perpetrate acts that are inimical to the state. Not only the state, that are even inimical to Southeast as a subgroup in Nigeria. There was never a time IPOB identified with Simon Ekpa. He had been inciting and he had been using funds that were funneled to him to cause mayhem in the Southeast. So if government is trying to extradite him, fine. But for me, and I've always said it, it is even late in the day for the federal government to release Kanu. And there is no criminal offense in saying, I want my people to go. We in the Southwest, we have also agitated at some point in time that we want, and we are still on it. In the Southwest, now, regardless of the fact that Tinubu is the president of this country, that we want self-determination, because it's inimical to the development of Nigeria if I have to toil for somebody that is indolent and not being able to work for his living, to feed fat on me and still rub short on me. So for me, nobody has said, even the DSS operative that gave evidence in this trial said there was no incriminating thing found with Nnamdi Kanu when he was arrested. If you say somebody is a terrorist, it is either you find arms around him at the point of arrest, or you find people around him that are guarding him and that they are non-state actors but had arms and ammunition around them. But that DSS operative has not told us this. So the moment you begin to lump Kanu's case with that of Simon Ekpa, then you are not clear about it and you don't understand the intricacies of this case, because Kanu's case is different from that of Simon Ekpa.
But that is not what the DSS told us in court. Because now the DSS is coming out to say that there's a link between Nnamdi Kanu and it's not Jerry Apela, it's not VOP TV that is saying this. We are really quoting what the DSS is saying. So it looks like there's going to be a twist in this case. Because now that why all of a sudden the DSS is interested in making sure that this case starts, that means there must be a process of making sure that Simon Ekpa returns back to the country through extradition. And if that happens, it means that this case that Nnamdi Kanu is now going through is going to be more interesting if he's extradited. I'm talking about Simon Ekpa is extradited and it's been linked to Nnamdi Kanu, which will even make the case even more difficult and interesting for Nnamdi Kanu as the case is.
Let me quickly tell you this. The extradition of Simon Ekpa has no link with Kanu. Kanu has charges pressed against him. Now, Simon Ekpa, after his extradition to Nigeria, will now have to face charges different from that of Kanu. And you are saying that there was no point at which Kanu disowned Simon Ekpa. What else do you want him to say when he said through the spokesperson of IPOB, it is everyday exposure that Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of IPOB? And if that IPOB on which he stands says we don't have anything to do with Simon Ekpa, is it every day that the president of Nigeria or a governor of a state comes out to say this is my position? If the spokesperson of a governor or a president says something, it's as good as the governor or president saying it. So you don't expect Kanu to come and address press conference from detention to clearly state that I am not with Simon Ekpa.
Let's not give excuse for Nnamdi Kanu in this case, because he's always in the news and he is always given opportunities to have said something. Don't you know that? Okay, let's take a look at it. The issue of Simon Ekpa. If Nnamdi Kanu has refused to make a statement to say that I denounce it, who are the fellow strugglers, the fellow people, the young people who believe in the struggle? Who are they to listen to? Are they going to listen to what Ima Powerful is saying or what Nnamdi Kanu is saying? As regards, I am not in support of Simon Ekpa. What stops him from buttressing that point? Because the silence on the part of Nnamdi Kanu has emboldened Simon Ekpa. Because your silence speaks a lot. You don't even need to say anything. Silence encourages whatever Simon Ekpa is doing.
You are really DSS representative.
No, I don't need to be a DSS representative. We are just asking the right questions here. Why has Nnamdi Kanu failed to come out and tell the whole world, so that those youths you have said have been misled that Simon Ekpa is fighting for the struggle will actually know that their leader, who's Nnamdi Kanu, has said that Simon Ekpa, don't listen to him, he's not part of us.
Okay, do you know when 6 soldiers were killed in Aba? You remember?
Yes, remember that case. That happened last year.
Nnamdi Kanu condemned the killing.
Definitely.
And Simon Ekpa claimed responsibility.
Fine.
So are they on the same page?
They might
Are
not.
they on the same page?
Fine, well, criticizing the violence. What about Simon Ekpa as a person? Why has Nnamdi Kanu not said something about Simon Ekpa?
Because to him, he is inconsequential.
But then we have
that means to his people.
Simon Ekpa is a fraud. He sees this agitation as a way to to become rich.
But I hope you know that a lot of our young persons feels like they are divided now. Half are for Nnamdi Kanu and the other half are for Simon Ekpa. So how do we? No, you can't use that word. You can't use that word, please.
It is a
we have a lot of educated people
we have
who
a lot
come
of educated persons
and support Simon Ekpa.
They are vagabonds.
And then I believe that because maybe Nnamdi Kanu has not said vocally, I am not with Simon Ekpa. This is the reason. Don't not listen to him. And you know, a lot of persons pay attention to Nnamdi Kanu.
Yes.
So don't you think that it's of a great thing for him to come out to say something?
Are you a Christian?
Who are for Simon Ekpa would know that he is not for the IPOB.
Are you a Christian?
Well, it's an obvious question.
Who is the Holy Spirit working for?
But I'm the one throwing questions at you, not the other way around.
Ekpa Wafo, the spokesperson of IPOB, has said it over and over.
Well, a spokesperson is not the person directly.
Who is he speaking on behalf?
We see.
Who is Ekpa Wafo speaking on behalf? Has Nnamdi Kanu ever denied what Ekpa Wafo?
Okay, so let me ask you this question. Most times we always, criticize Tinubu for Bayo Ononuga coming out to say some things, and then people are like, why don't you allow the president to speak for himself? So because is there any difference in this thing now?
The president might be too busy.
But I know that a lot of persons have criticized the president for allowing his spokesperson to say things that they believe the president should be able to say. And now you are saying that Nnamdi Kanu coming out to say that he is not with Simon Ekpa is a different case altogether.
I say IPOB, which Nnamdi Kanu represents, is the leader. Their spokesperson has on several occasions
so
distance themselves from
is there something that we
I think we are taking this the other direction, because we all know how.
Because you are talking as an agent of the.
I don't need to be an agent of the DSS to even ask these questions, which definitely are glaring. Because now the DSS is linking him to Simon Ekpa. We've seen situations where you are brought to the station, you are accused of being involved in armed robbery. It's now left for you to now defend yourself and say that I am not part of this robbery gang. And that is the case they are trying to build now, because it looks like the extradition of Simon Ekpa is close by. And that is why we are suddenly seeing the DSS coming to court and telling the whole world that this is what happened, this is what happened. If they are not able to rope Nnamdi Kanu based on evidences of what they saw with him when he was arrested, what stops them from saying, okay, fine, well and good, you have not been caught with anything, but your links to Simon Ekpa is enough for us to hold you in detention and of course charge you for terrorism. That is why we are asking, why has he not denied openly?
I have given you a typical example of when 6 soldiers were killed in Aba. Nnamdi Kanu condemned the killing. Why Simon Ekpa said that owned the responsibility? So this shows that they are not on the same page. Understand? So whatever link that you and the DSS want to do cannot stand before
it's quite interesting that you are saying that we are the DSS operators. Definitely we're not. And of course the AAA man came out and said all of this. So that means there's something fishy going on. There's something that's in the plan as far as Nnamdi Kanu's case is concerned. And my question is, why now? Why is it something that the DSS is interested in coming to court and giving witness accounts on how Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, since he has been in detention since 2021?
Well, maybe they felt that it's the right time that to get all the hell that's out of this issue, because it has been lingering for a very long time.
Okay.
And some people want to make a political gain out of it, which, like I told you yesterday, is not going to work. Understand me? So that a court set Nnamdi Kanu free does not mean that Igbos are going to vote for a particular president. It doesn't make any sense. We are watching, we know what is going on.
All right, Mr. Delifano, I don't know whether he's still with us. Definitely, I asked him yesterday, with the way the things have turned, with the way things are going right now, could there be a trump card on the part of the presidency to use this case to sway the voters in the Southeast through the release of Nnamdi Kanu eventually? Because it looks like there's all plan and focus from the side of the presidency towards 2027. We've seen the banners already, governors are decamping. So could this also be a part of the itinerary of the plans towards 2027 from the presidency?
Well, let me say clearly here that everything from now till the end of election in 2027 will be more. So I won't be surprised that to give a semblance of total freedom to Nnamdi Kanu, the federal government may allow him to go through the judicial system. And if the DSS had come up to say there is no evidence sufficient enough to nail him and is discharged and acquitted from and absolved from blame over those 8-count charge, then it becomes a level playing ground, and it becomes the mantra of Gowon after the Civil War that no victor, no vanquished. And so nobody will be betrothed to each other that it is just I released you just because I want this, I want that from you. And the judicial system would have taken care of all the logjam and everybody will be at peace. But one thing that is sure, that is clear, is that towards the end of this year, I'm looking at between October and November this year, every case against Nnamdi Kanu would have been sorted, and I see the possibility of him being discharged and acquitted. You recall that a few days ago, the Deputy Speaker, House of Reps, was so affirmative about getting 70% of Igbo votes. That should give you an inkling that these people are playing politics with what is going on in the courts. And so I see a situation where Samuel Ekpa will be so criminalized that everybody will see Kanu as a hero. And this could also be gravitating towards achieving so much political capital from his imminent release. I've always said it that Nnamdi Kanu will be released very soon, and I still hold and affirm to that statement up till this moment.
All right, thank you, Mr. Dele Falimo. Let us come to Mr. Peter Nosike. Do you share that thought that before the end of the year that Nnamdi Kanu would be discharged and acquitted?
Well, for me, I know that he is a prisoner of conscience. He has committed no offense. And I am saying that Nnamdi Kanu is the new Nelson Mandela. They held Nelson Mandela for 27 years. And the age is still on the side of Nnamdi Kanu. One day they will get tired of holding him and they will let him go, but I don't know when.
All right, so, but then, do you actually see maybe if he possibly gets to be released by the end of this year, how do you think that will take on the politics of Nigeria come 2027?
Well, if I am discharged and acquitted through a court process, I owe appreciation to my legal counsel and not to any other person. Understand me? I owe appreciation to my legal team for putting up a strong defense. Understand me? So, and that's where I'm sitting, and that's how every other Southeasterner should also see it.
What happened to the legal team since 2021? Why did they not
I was going to get
make
to that.
the moves all this while? All of a sudden, the legal team is now
the Pharaoh or the Pharaoh doesn't want Nnamdi Kanu to be set free. Buhari never wanted Nnamdi Kanu to be set free. Understand me? So for now, they have decided to a kind of that take action on the case. Understand me?
So, anyway, you also said that no matter what happens in that case, it's not going to change the minds of the Southeasterners towards the 2027.
The Benjamin Kanu is a shoe shiner. Understand me? He is talking about himself. I hate people that attributing so much importance to themselves, saying that Igbos will vote 70%. Who is he? Who is Benjamin? Understand me? So people should be talking about their family, who they are in control of. Does he know how I pay my school fees? Does he know how I put food that's on the table? So he shouldn't be talking about Igbos. He should be talking about himself and his children.
All right.
Okay.
Very interesting.
But then I wanted to come from a human angle now. We always, get to see a lot of, things that Nnamdi Kanu gets to say whenever it's time for his court hearing. And then we know that Southeast, one or two things that he gets to, address people during with the media, do you understand? But then coming from a human angle, we see that it feels like a lot of persons are saying that the Southeastern governors are not, putting out word out there for maybe the release of Nnamdi Kanu and things like that. So do you think that this might have, a political undertone?
For me, I know that 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. Number one says you shouldn't outshine your master. So Nnamdi Kanu is far more popular than all the 5 governors in the Southeast put together.
No, it doesn't have to do with popularity. It has to do with power. The powers that...
Power comes through popularity. Understand me? Without being popular, power does not make any meaning, because what power gives you is influence.
Yeah, popularity contest.
Understand me?
It's about popularity
contest. Nnamdi Kanu is far more popular than the whole governors in the South is put together. Understand me? I remember a time when Fenda withdrew Femi from school in that fall. Eric Osagie, the journalist with Wicked Concord then, went to Fenda and asked, Fenda, why did you withdraw Femi from school? Fenda said, okay, you will be professor. Make you and Femi go and stand on top of Ojenaba Bridge. Make we know who people will go follow.
Wow.
Understand me?
Contest that clearly
so Nnamdi Kanu is more popular than all the governors in South is put together. They know that he's in control of the youth. Yeah. And that what he tells them to do is what they are going to do. So that's why many politicians in the Southeast are not comfortable with Nnamdi Kanu being set free.
All right.
Well, we might not really say that because we're not sure of that.
Anyway, definitely that means there's a contest between Sidachi and Anosike on the issues of popularity contest and what politics is. But anyway, let's go.
All right, so you have seen it. What do you think? Please do well to drop your comment on the comment section, all right? Any other information, I'll bring it down to you. Thank you very much, and God bless you.